Everybody, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm standing in front of Puffin, and beautiful boat. It's a Tradewind 35, very popular boat for ocean cruising and voyaging. Really comfortable. You probably may have seen the Guy Waits video that we did, like the technical run through. This is another hull that's exactly the same, but when you look at the boats, you'd think they're completely different because they've been prepared in different ways. This boat was originally sailed by Istvan Kopar in 2018. Now, another boring alert. This could be boring if you're not into the technical aspects of a boat, because that's what this one's about. So it was sailed by Istvan Kopar. He bought the boat about 3 years before the race, and it had been sitting up in Canada for about 10-15 years, I think. It's been sailed out from England. They were built in England, and he bought it pretty cheap and then rebuilt it. It was a massive effort. He had lots of little issues during the race, but he was fourth finisher. So he was number 4 in the fleet, which was really epic because he did overcome a lot of challenges, and it was great to see. Ian then had his eye on this boat. He'd fallen in love with it, and he wanted to buy it, came over, and it wasn't for sale. It looked like it had been sold to someone else, and then all of a sudden, bingo, popped up again, and he managed to grab it. And since then, he's completely rebuilt it. You got no idea. I mean, everything's new. Basically, new rig, new furling gears, a lot of new deck gear, took out a lot of stuff in the cockpit area and so on, which I'll show you now. But it's very, I got to say, this boat is super solid. It's taking on the attitude that it can put up and sort of survive anything at all, and he's done a great job. So this is probably, in my opinion, one of the best rigs you can have. Tradewind 35s were allowed to have a bowsprit to a certain length. He's got that, really well built, and then 2 furling gears on the outer. So you got like a number 1 and a number 2 together, and as I've said many times, that's fantastic for the Southern Ocean. You don't have to run spinnakers. It's very efficient, even power broad reaching or anything, working those systems. So that's cool. And then he's got his staysail on a furler as well. No single wire there, so if he's running a storm jib, then he'd have to think about how to do that. There's a couple of ways. You can put a luff sort of wrap instead of piston hanks, but that's a solid staysail. I can see from here, you might not pick it out, but it's a very heavy staysail. And 3 boats in the last race, they didn't ever change their staysail, didn't set storm jibs. They just used a heavy staysail and reef it with the reefing gear, furling gear. So interestingly, Ian's got his solar panels up on the foredeck, which is quite a unique setup. I very rarely see that. It's got non-skid paint on the main part of the deck, which looks really slick. And then how non-skid are the solar panels? Who knows? But he's got flat areas there, so that's pretty cool. Then for running poles, he's got 2 spinnaker poles, and I'm not seeing any other jockey poles. So those spinnaker poles will actually be used again for his furling. He's got for running downhill, booming out head sails. He's got granny bars as well, either side of the mast. Very big mast section, very powerful. And this is interesting. You look at the size of that boom, and if you look at the size of the boom on Edward's boat, it's like double the size than the profile. This is so much stronger in so many ways, and that mast section is massive. It's a shearline mast and rig, all brand new, all well sorted. They're a big brand, and it reminds me a bit about Susie Goodall's rig when she departed in the GGR in 2018, but with a violent pitch pole, she lost the rig, and it was a mystery to everyone because they're so well built, so well engineered, and shearline, Selden rather, know exactly what they're doing. It's all engineered properly and so on. So it's a big question. Why did we lose so many rigs last time? And let's hope these ones are up for it as well and get all the way home. Ian's done a number on the chain plates as well. Some of the chain plates on Tradewind's rod that's bent around, but he's got solid steel plates there. That's not going to rip out, that's for sure, touch wood. A solid vang again, interesting story, but this boom is high, so it shouldn't hit the water too often. And all the lines are heading back to the cockpit. Oh, here's the man of the moment. Hello.
All the lines are led back to the cockpit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. This isn't live, it's a recording. But we're going to run it live when we get back to the office. We had a few problems with the live. So
I hold that?
Oh, I can do it because I'm back and forth. So I was just explaining, your rig is massive.
Yes, right? Yeah, indeed, yeah. So, I mean, it's the one thing I can do for myself, right? That I can do before I leave is to get the boat ready as I can. So we've just made it. We've gone down the philosophy of making everything as strong as we could do it.
Yeah, it looks very British in ship shape, I've got to say. You know, when you compare it to some of the other boats, like you've taken the attitude that it's going to get tough and let's go for full on.
Yeah, I'm not ex-Navy, but it's kind of, I imagine, the way the Navy would like to see it run. So at the moment we've got everything in the air because we're doing final jobs, but you know, by tonight it's all put to bed every time. I can't cope any other way, Don. That's the way I operate. So
don't worry, I know where you're coming. I'm a compass and knife man too. I'm not seeing anything on this boat that I disagree with at all. You know what I mean? It's just fantastic. It's unbelievable. So
that's really nice coming from you because I know you know the boats as well.
I didn't say it like that. I was just saying if I was here, I'd be happy to sail this boat anywhere. You know, whether I could win the GGR or not, that's another story. But as a safe, seaworthy boat, holy dooly, look at the cockpit. It's awesome. Yeah, that's just crazy. But it's perfect because you know and I know when you're getting out of the cockpit, you need something to hang on to.
Yeah, absolutely, and it means I can get rid of my spray hood as well.
Yeah.
So people will know that these can be a bit vulnerable. So I can get that down, and I've still got a framework to hang on to. Taking these sights is a challenge when you're not used to it, right? Yeah. So you kind of need something to secure yourself to.
Yep. So looking at the back, you've got that Puffin 37 on the rail over there. That's your man overboard, or you get back on board ladder.
Yes, sir.
So that's cool. You've got your tiller on the hydrovane there as emergency steering. You've got a hydrovane. The black one's your CTEL one, or the transponder.
Transponder for the antenna for the antenna for the AIS is on the rail there.
You can walk us around.
And I can use that as a backup VHF as well. So I've done it in such a way I can disconnect and attach it to normal VHF. Yeah. We built a boarding ladder, Don, as well, a custom boarding ladder for me, because I want to be able to get over the side. Yep. And if I need to do something with that hydrovane,
there's a drop-down one.
I've got a drop-down ladder. We Jade and the team made that. We kind of invented that on the spot.
It's this one here.
You got it.
Fold down. That's your YB3i.
Yep, tracker. Yeah, the YB3i tracker.
What's this?
That's the ensign. That's my British ensign, which is a requirement.
In the notice of race.
In the notice of race, so we've got that covered.
We're going for culture and tradition, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some British connections. So that's your life sling. You've got your life buoy there.
Yep.
And what's this one?
So that is actually a bracket for when you use one of those electronic auto helm tiller pilots. So
and you link it to the
I link it to the hydrovane, and it drives the hydrovane for me. So that's my way of solving that problem. If we were to use one, you know.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So just to stop any confusion, electric autopilots are banned, but for safety reasons, we've allowed entrants to carry them. But they're sealed in a container, and if they break the seal, they may be up for a penalty or even into Chichester class. But in an emergency, if something went wrong in heavy weather, who knows what, there's situations where we can consider what happens, but they're not normally used. But that's cool. So it connects to the tiller of the
connects to the hydrovane tiller, absolutely. And I've got the Viking Life Raft, which was this has been around the world once already. And obviously I had it serviced, and we've got a new EPIRB or PLB on board in here, and a VHF radio in there.
Okay, what's this, John? Tell people about that.
That's waiting to go on. This is Marmite, as we say in the UK, right? You either love them or hate them. So this is the bridle for my Jordan Series drogue system. So we put chain plates, which you might see when you're outside the boat, on the back of the boat, and this will attach to those strong points. And then I can stream a drogue off this. And I'm setting it up in such a way that if I don't want to use the Jordan Series, I can still use the same bridle and just throw a traditional warp over the back and chain. So I've got 2 or 3 options. And I've been listening very closely to Mark Sinclair and his advice that he did with his tyres. So for me, Don, if I don't take it, I don't have the option. If I've got it, I've got the option. That's the way I've been thinking.
This is an amazing cockpit, eh?
Yeah.
This coaming here is nearly up to my belly button. It's very deep. It's fantastic.
Well, Don and I are gentlemen of a certain height, so it's pretty deep, right? It's pretty deep for us.
Exactly. And great view when you stand here. You've got looking at the cockpit. How organised is that? You know, you've got all your gear coming back and
lots of bags.
Rope bags all around. Rope bags are very important because I remember every time I used to get knocked down in the Southern Ocean, all your lines are gone. They're streaming out the back. You've got to drag them all back, so they're actually pretty good. You've made them.
Yeah, we had them made up by the boat shed, and we put these standard rails in place, and I can whip them on or whip them off. But like you say, Don, it's a lot of. When you bring these lines back, I've got 3 head sails as well. It's a lot of line in the back of the boat to handle. So that's what we've done.
And then you've redone the companionway.
Yeah.
What did this fan have?
His fan had washboards, traditional washboards, and a sliding top. So I wanted this at the beginning. Again, I'm not an original idea. I'm copying others.
Yeah.
I wanted this early on, but it took a long time to get it sorted and get it together.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You can button it up watertight, airtight. So have you got vents?
I have. I've kept the vents. Kept the vents.
You need that.
Yeah.
I see a lot of some of them seal them up, and I think I couldn't do it. You can seal them up when you're worried about water, but cheapest you need them all the rest of the time. So that's cool. Okay, so everything looks really quite cool. Yeah, it's a solid Dodger, and we gave this guy a dispensation on the colour. It's funny, because we call these things here.
Call them a Dodger.
They call them Dodgers. So when we said you got to have high vis Dodgers, but there is a high vis patch on the top. We've given them a dispensation. Let's go below and see what's going on here. So yeah, okay. Lots of clip-on points here, which is kind of okay. Yep. That's very cool.
Take maximum.
Oh, I can smell diesel. That's the just what you want to smell. You know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So hang on, I'll give you an overview of the boat. I love Tradewinds. I'm a Tradewind fan, big time. And this is a nice one. Holy, looks a bit different than when this one had it. When I got on board after he finished the race. Holy dooly, you got a whole curtain there. Sheepers, that's all right. Hang on, I'm just going to give everyone an overview. I'm impressed already. Okay, so this is the chart table, and you've got curtains there as well. How cool is that? Simple solution, but a good idea. So it's got all the electrical there, and that's a whole story that you need to get onto Ian's website to sort out. It's a massive electrical system. It's basically about 100% waterproof.
Close as I could get.
Yeah, all done by Victron and a couple of really good guys. There's the AIS stuff up the top there, and the Echo Max as well as CTEL and alarm and HF radio there. It's a waterproof panel, and the rest behind it's all sealed up. Engine controls, yeah, all very slick. And there's a lot of stuff behind this panel. I know, I've seen it being built.
Yeah, the magic's behind there. So the electrical system is in a sense simple, but we've made it redundant.
Yeah.
So, and I saw it on fishing boats. So I got the idea from a fishing boat. So I'm copying a fisherman. So we've got two systems, primary and secondary. I can lose one half of it and still operate everything on the boat, but it's all in waterproof sort of containers. So we tried our best.
Wow.
You know?
This is a really nice looking boat. This is the first time I've been on it.
I know.
It's
amazing.
Since the last time I was on it was when Esteban got off of it.
So we did simple things as well. I took all the gas off the boat, Don. So I'm on alcohol.
Oh, you got the best stove in the world too,
Method,
an Origo.
method,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
say, right, Oz?
That's exactly what I had in the GGR. People would be sick of me holding that. Oh, not the GGR, the BOC.
BOC.
Best stove in the world for this stuff.
So I've gone alcohol, no gas on board. We basically rebuilt the galley just to make it a bit more functional for me.
Yeah.
Big bids, would you call
That's
them?
really
I call
good.
them
Yeah,
bids or
oh, look,
fiddles.
you're going back on the other way. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
we've
good
gone
idea.
all the way back here.
Yeah.
And normally this curtain arrangement is...
Check this out. He's got a bloody studio in here.
This is the business class compartment.
Holy dooly. Yeah, this is... God, that's amazing.
So I probably
I've
won't leave
got to
with
try
this.
and work out how to film this to get far enough away from it. But there's basically a whole tent in here that's sealing that section of the door, so it's going to be your dry spot, right?
That's my dry spot.
That's
the rest
crazy.
Of the boat can get wet. This is
Yep.
the dry spot. I
Yep.
might not leave with this up. I might wait till I'm further south.
Yeah.
But the strong thing we did is where a table would normally be,
Yeah.
we built what I call the box.
Yeah.
And this is bomb-proof. It's
That
all
is
structural.
really nice. I was
that-
going to do the same, but not as good as that.
Right. And that allowed me to put a pole here
Yeah.
and here.
Yeah.
So it divides the cabin up to make it a bit safer space for me to move around.
Yeah.
Trying to make the cabin a bit more.
Wow. I like what I'm seeing. I can imagine all the people watching this. Some of them will be saying, that's ridiculous, a racing boat. And others will be saying, holy dooly, that's a good idea.
All the
This is
safety
really
equipment
slick.
Will be down here, Don.
Yeah.
So my grab bag, my survival suit,
Yeah.
everything I need in an emergency, my grab comms bag and stuff will be all stowed here in the middle of the boat.
Yeah.
So I don't have to unpack anything to get my
Yeah.
emergency gear. It's
Yeah.
all there on the way out the door.
Yeah.
Is the idea. And then I've got some.
Awesome. I've just moved into the boudoir. That's crazy. So you got another telltale compass there. Yeah, family photos. All the nav books.
Emma's doing the family
Yeah.
photos at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Lots of nav books.
Yeah. That's cool.
I keep my
Very cool.
sextants in the locker down there. That
Yeah,
little
yeah.
locker seemed like a secure. That little locker
Yeah.
here seemed like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
secure place for the sextants. So
Yeah.
that's where I keep my sextants and my
Yeah.
nav gear.
Yeah. Wow. That's very slick, eh? Yeah. Very slick indeed. There's Jane in the companionway. Very cool. Fully headlined insulation, the whole bit. That's a new headliner, is it?
It is. That's
all that new.
notice the race, right? We need to put
Absolutely.
a headliner in, so
Yeah.
eventually bit
Yeah.
the bullet.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
going forward, we're really traditional, to be honest. This is my workshop.
Yep.
It's a mess right now.
Yep. Ah, mess. You should see some of the boats. Jeepers.
But oh, the light's gone.
Yep. Cool.
So I've got enough tools to rebuild the boat almost on board. So I've gone
yeah.
down that route. I've got vices and spares. So everything mechanical goes.
It's your world for 8 months, eh?
Yeah.
You know,
so it's got to be right, eh? So
Yeah.
it's got to be right.
I can see you're going to enjoy the ride.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
hope so. I
Yeah,
hope so.
absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. It's an experience to behold, and why not? Wow, this is pretty organised.
Sail storage. So all this is now lashed down.
Yeah.
We're just beginning to get tidy now. So my spare hydrovane
Yeah.
repair material if I have a damage to the hull that I can repair.
Yeah.
Timber for repairs and so on. Spare stay.
Yeah.
So that's all lashed in here.
Yeah.
On the other side I have my spare hydrovane
Yeah.
rudder.
Yeah.
It's higher than I'd like it to have in the boat. A lot of stuff is, but it's a compromise, isn't it? It's all
exactly.
a compromise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watertight bulkhead you can't see now, Don, because
Yeah.
the sails are in the way.
Yeah.
But that is as Istvan did it,
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
kept Istvan's structure completely intact because he did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
And then we've kind of added to it.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
Food and water
Very cool.
below here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try and turn around here to give another perspective of this whole little boudoir tent arrangement. It's very cool. I could imagine doing this. And you've kept your dunny.
Kept my dunny.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dunny.
Yep.
Figured it wasn't going to make a critical difference to my
Yeah. Come on, show us your dunny.
There's
How
your
good
dunny,
it-
okay.
You just
I'm
got to
gonna
prove.
disappear behind
Oh, look at that, eh? Oh, it's a super dunny. That's all right. That's
Yeah.
perfect. They're very cool. Simple, foolproof. Yeah, pretty cool.
Doubles up as a bilge pump as well.
Yeah, yeah,
It's all
exactly.
good. I've got a
No,
bilge
no.
pump system on it.
Most of the Tradewinds had super dunnies, eh?
Oh, was that? That's
Yeah,
the
most of
original.
them. Most
Oh,
of them. Most of them have had super dunnies. They're bulletproof. It's no fiddly stuff. So that's cool. And you got your new motor. It's sorted.
Yeah, sorted-ish.
It's sorted-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, you even got a clear. We were just fascinated what the state of the kitchen sink is when we get on boats. It's very organised. Yes, very British, very proper. So I think the UK is going to be proud of you. And so,
You come back when I'm tidy before I leave.
oh, you kidding me? This is the tidiest boat we've been on.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So, I only allow it to be like this while we're doing stuff, but
Oh,
it's just the way I
Yeah.
can operate, you know.
No, it's fantastic. Okay, so what are you going to do with the boat when it's finished? When you finish the race? Because I want it.
What a question! I'm actually quite emotionally attached to Puffin.
Absolutely.
She's going to be everything. So it's really hard for me to say that now.
Yeah.
I know that actually she should go and do this again.
Yeah.
I know she should, and somebody else should evolve what I've done and take it
Yeah.
on. So that's probably the correct answer.
Yeah, very impressive. Jeepers.
Yeah.
This is one of the. This for me. Forget about whether you want to win, lose, or whatever. You just want to finish. This is the boat for me. It's
Okay,
fantastic, honestly.
Yeah, thank
It's
you very
brilliant.
much.
It's
We tried.
fantastic.
We got a great team. Jade has
Yeah,
been
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Peter, you just saw doing the fuel. We had, you know,
Yeah.
people helping, but it's only through being tenacious, right?
Yeah.
You just got to keep pushing it every day,
absolutely.
every day, every
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
every day. Yeah.
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 I remember our first conversation many years ago. It's
Yeah,
a credit.
you do, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fantastic. I'm very impressed. Completely impressed. So, all right. Now I'll press some buttons so we can finish this. Good luck, eh? And I'm sure everyone will be saying, "God, you see the Brits boat? Bloody hell! Is that English bloody? Is that the way the Brits do it, or what? You know?"
I hope so.
Yeah. All good. Okay. So I got to turn this around just to make sure there's. Hello, it's me again. See ya.